Hi everyone, today we are going to learn about what is the difference between light reflection and also light refraction. So let's go to light reflection. So what is light reflection? Light reflection is the bouncing back of light rays after hitting a surface. So there are two main types of the light reflection that you guys need to know. One is regular reflection, another is diffuse reflection. So what is the difference between these two reflections? First one, the regular reflection is only occurs on a smooth surface or even surface. As for the diffuse reflection, it is only occurs on a rough or uneven surface. That's why you can see there is a focus image or reflected image is formed over here, and the angle of incidence which is equal to the angle of refraction. That's why you can see the reflected image formed. As for the diffuse reflection, because the reflected ray is very messy. You can see over here is very messy. That's why the reflected image will not be formed because the image is not focused. So that's why we cannot see a reflected image under the diffuse reflection. So now these are the two laws of reflection which is very important. You guys need to remember. So first one is the normal ray, the incident ray, and the reflected ray all must lie on the same plane. So there are three rays lie on the same plane. So this is the first law of reflection. Second law of reflection, which is the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. So which is your I equal to R. So these two laws of reflection is very, very important. Please remember. So these are the structure or the drawing labeling according to the light reflections. So for the A line, this one, the light ray that go in, we call it as incident ray. Okay, the light ray that reflected out, we call it as reflected ray. And this the straight line ray, we call it as a normal ray. And for the I, we call it as angle of incidence, and R, we call it as angle of reflection. And always remember that in the regular reflection, which is occurs on a smooth surface, even surface, the angle of incidence is always equal to the angle of reflections. So this is light reflection. So now we go to the light refraction. So what is meant by light refraction? So this light refractions is the bending of the light waves when it is passing through the two different medium with the two difference density. So based on the density, you guys need to know about the theory, which is already marked at the star here. So when the light rays passing from the more dense mediums to less dense mediums, the light rays must be bent away from normal, which is your refracted angle will be bigger or more than the incident angle. So this is the first theory that you need to know so that we can draw the light refraction. So number two, when the light ray passing through the less dense medium to the more dense mediums, the light rays must be bent towards normal. So as here already mentioned that the light ray bends towards normal, so you must know that the refracted angle is less than the incident angle. Okay, so these are the two situations that you guys need to know how to draw. So before draw, we need to follow the step by step here so that we can draw it accurately. Okay, so this is the incident ray that passing through the air medium, and after that, it will passing through the water medium. First step, you need to differentiate which mediums are more dense or less dense. So let's see, air and water. Of course, we know that the air is less dense as compared to the water more dense, right? So now we are going to follow the second method, which is draw the normal and label the eye. So now we are going to draw the straight line normal. Okay, draw the dotted normal line. and then label your angle of incident from your normal to your incident ray, put it as I. So now we are going to see about the theory. So because of this, light ray is passing from the less dense to more dense, less dense to more dense. That's why the light ray is bent towards normal. So you can draw whatever light rays as long as this light ray is bent towards normal, and the angle of refracted is less than the angle of incident. So now you can see the angle that I draw is slightly smaller than the incident ray. And then label the angle which is from the normal to the reflected ray, put an arrow here and then put R. So by doing this, we know that the angle of refracted is less than the angle of incident when the light ray passing from the less dense to more dense medium. Okay, so now this is the two medium with the two different density. Okay, it will bend. So now we go to the situation 2. Okay, there are 3 mediums here. So let's start from the incident ray here. First method, follow the same step, which is differentiate the medium first. So now the light ray is going to passing from the water to the glass. So by comparing these 2 mediums, we know that the water is less than as compared to the glass. So that's why this one less than to more dense. So before we draw the angle, we draw the normal line first. Dotted straight line, normal line. Okay, then when you draw it ready, please label your angle of incident from the normal to incident ray. So this is the range of your angle of incident. So based on the theory, less dense to more dense, we are using this theory against bends towards normal. So you can draw whatever the straight line from here as long as the angle of incident is less than the angle of refracted is less than the angle of incident. So I draw it slightly smaller. And then draw it until the end of the medium, student. Okay. And then here, label from your normal to the reflected ray. So this one put R. Until here, not yet finished. Why? Because the light ray are going to pass from the glass to the air again. So now we continue to draw the normal line. Okay, when you draw the normal line, please label your incident ray angle again. So from the normal ray to the incident ray. So this one I. Then now compare with the theory again. Now it's more dense to less than. More dense to less than is bent away from normal, which is your angle of refracted is more than your angle of incident. So make sure that when the light ray that you draw must be bigger than the incident angle. So here, draw out and then label your angle of reflected. So R. So this is how you answer your question. Okay. So this is very important. So students, make sure that you know how to solve this kind of question. So until here, my video. Thank you, everyone.